bollworm here is that this is a complete falsehood. This is an attempt to discredit the Senate president. And this is not the first time. Just give me some time. This is not the first time this woman is doing this. This is a woman that have accused Ayabelo of sexual harassment. This is the same woman that have accused the... I'm coming. Allow me to flow. Allow me to flow.
Okay.
This is the same woman that accused Reno Mokri, the former media aide to Jonathan, of sexual harassment. This is a woman I saw in a video yesterday accusing a minister of sexual harassment. Are you the only woman in Nigeria, Senator Natasha? What is wrong with you?
Ooh, your mic.
But Senator Webber,
1 second.
This is madness.
Senator Webber, just because
Nigerian women should rise against it. Let me tell you something.
Yes.
Senator Natasha is spoiling game for Nigerian women trying to enter politics because nobody will vote for a woman. No, I'm telling you. This matter started between Senator Natasha and the Nigerian Senate.
Wait, that's blown beyond that already.
I'm coming. Now, a few days back, we had another version of this story where the same person abandoned the fact in issue to talk about another thing. However, before I go in there, let me react to the submission of the former Senate president. I will do respect to his office. He knows very well that the facts of the two cases are not the same. His case was a case of importation of official vehicle. This is a case of violation of the Senate rules, and the Committee on Ethics and Privileges have been set up in line with our rules to look into it. So there is no point relating the two because they are not the same, both in facts and figures. So that is that. Now, on the issue of sexual harassment as alleged by Senator Natasha, as God will have it, I am an eyewitness. And like I posted in the social media, I narrated what transpired. On that fateful day of 8 December 2023, I was among the senators that attended the birthday ceremony of the Senate president. Right from the Victor Atta Airport, I drove in the same vehicle with the said senator, with her husband. In fact, I was in the front seat while the senator and her husband was at the back seat. We attended series of programs of the Senate president within Uyo town. At the end of the day, we moved to Ekotekbene, the hometown of the Senate president. I remember very well, as we were coming down from the vehicle, she was complaining of her shoe paining her. That made her and her husband to stay back while I rushed inside the building to join other senators to inspect the building of the Senate president. I must tell you for free, and that is the truth, Senator Natasha never joined us inspecting the buildings of the Senate president. She was seated at the parlor with her husband. The Senate president took us around, took us to the chapel, and called those who are Catholic senators to join him in a holy mass. We celebrated the holy mass, and at the end of the day, ended up in her garden. And he hosted us. There was never a time the Senate president touched Senator Natasha. There was never a time the Senate president told Natasha, oh, you like my house, I will come back here to have a good time. That never happened. And Senator Natasha knows that very well. So it is disheartening and unbelievable for a senator of the Federal Republic to act of mere provocation simply because you were given a new seat and probably a committee was changed to get up to lay a false allegation against a man that is old enough to be your father. Up till now, I'm still in shock because it's unbelievable.
All right, Mr. Nwebonyi,
And let me cap it up. From the house of the Senate president, I still drove in the same vehicle with Senator Natasha and the husband. I was still in the front seat to 4 Points Hotel, where we all lodged. The following morning, I was with the husband. We had a walk together within the hotel. He never told me of anything that our husband, that the wife was harassed. Of course, it never happened. For crying out loud, it never happened. The Senate president never had a handshake with Natasha in his house, let alone toasting her. And think of it. How do you think a sane man will toast a married woman in the presence of over 20 senators, in the presence of her husband? Come on. This is unbelievable and should be condemned.
All right, Mr. Nwebonyi, you've made it clear that you're an eyewitness.
I was there.
You've stated what you witnessed.
With over 20 senators. Senator Stangu was there. I can name them.
It's clear that the point is you said you're an eyewitness, and that's completely fine. And like Aaron mentioned, even though it was different context with Bukola Saraki, the fact that you witnessed this and you're saying that it didn't happen, then you should probably be at the forefront pushing for transparency to clear the name and the allegations as opposed to...
Of course. This allegation is not before the Senate. As far as I'm concerned, it's a hearsay. Senator Natasha never, since 2023, where the alleged harassment happened, she never reported this to the Senate.
But why are you against the call that's being made by Bukola Saraki, even if now you've confirmed that you witnessed it and there's nothing to hide?
Let me tell you something. We have rules in Senate. It's only when you present an issue at the plenary that Senate can set up a committee, not on a hearsay. Bukola Saraki that's a personal opinion. He was a Senate president. He knows the rules of the Senate. He knows who can't act on hearsay. It is a hearsay. Senator Natasha never presented any issue before us.
Okay, based on your...
It's not the case. When allegations of sexual misconduct is being raised, shouldn't it be taken with seriousness rather than shoving it aside? Because she has said aside of the story. You were not there with them from the night into the morning.
I was there all through, and I left with her.
She could have returned back.
She couldn't return back. Listen to her facts. She didn't return back. The president was there with his wife.
So she believes, I'm not saying whether it's true or not, she believes that she has been wronged. And she was put in a very uncomfortable situation.
Yes.
Whether it's true or not, why don't we leave that for the ethics committee to decide? As against shooting it down.
That is only if and only if the matter is presented before us. Get it right.
So that's why I said the
first allegation, remember how she started? She came on air that the Senate president is suppressing the voice of female senators.
Yes.
I'm coming. That was her first allegation.
Yes.
And we said no. I came here and said no. We are not suppressing the voice of the female senators. All the 4 female senators in the 10 senates are all committee chairmen, not minding that they are first-timers. And by the practice, as a first-timer, you ought to have understudied the proceedings of how a committee meetings used to be before you can chair it. Because a committee chairman is like a senate president. You preside over the committee. You oversight ministers and MDAs. So you need to have an experience. But because of the love the Senate President and the 10th Senate has for women, these 4 women are all committee chairmen. I can name them. Herself, Senator Kingibe, Senator Diat, and the former Deputy Governor of Rivers. They are all committee chairmen. How do you think you believe her that the Senate President is suppressing the female voices?
Is it too wild to be imagined? Or what are you saying that it can never happen?
It didn't happen.
Okay. I say it can never happen.
But it can happen, but it didn't happen.
Okay, that's still based on what you said you witnessed, and that's completely fine. But now, do you think?
Okay, now there's a platform. She was talking, and I posted this eyewitness account. Senator Natasha did not controvert any of my statement herein.
All right, have to.
She has to.
No, not necessarily.
Let her come up and say that I was not there, or that I didn't drive in the same car with her. Okay. Let her come out and say it.
Do you believe?
She can say it.
Do you believe that the Senate Ethics Committee lacks the impartiality needed to fairly investigate allegations against its own president? And if so, what does that say about the committee's overall credibility?
Every committee is independent. If there's someone the Senate president will appear. Senate is a very serious institution. A resolution of a committee, no man can thwart it. The Senate president cannot change it. That is the rule.
True.
The resolution of a committee, no human being can change it. It's only a court of law. No human being can change it. And if the committee deemed it fit to invite the Senate president, he must appear.
All right, Senator Weboye. Now, from the look of things, it seems the Senate is just sweeping this aside, or majority of the senators.
We're not sweeping it aside. Remember, get my point clear. The issue is not before the Senate. And if she brings it before the Senate, it will be referred to the appropriate committee. And the Senate president will not preside.
No, but not the language of the senators here.
No,
the majority are already shooting her down before she even arrives.
Let her do the right thing. Let her do the right thing. The point we are trying to draw home here is that this is a complete falsehood. This is an attempt to discredit the Senate president. And this is not the first time. Just give me some time. This is not the first time this woman is doing this. This is a woman that have accused Ayabelo of sexual harassment. This is the same woman that have accused the... I'm coming. Allow me to flow. Allow me to flow.
Okay.
This is the same woman that accused Ireno Mokri, the former media aide to Jonathan, of sexual harassment. This is a woman I saw on a video yesterday accusing a minister of sexual harassment. Are you the only woman in Nigeria, Senator Natasha? What is wrong with you?
Ooh, your mic.
But Senator Weboye,
1 second.
This is madness.
Senator Weboye, just because
Nigerian women should rise against it. Let me tell you something.
Yes.
Senator Natasha is spoiling game for Nigerian women trying to enter politics because nobody will vote for a woman. No, I'm telling you, if women can behave this way, then that is danger.
Well, that's a generalization. That's a generalization.
And I have my points.
Senator Weboye, that's a generalization.
Then this latent provocation, you accuse it, you want to sexually harass me. Who are you?
All right.
A mother of 6.
She's a
mother of 6 from different men. without going to her character. This is a mother of 6 for different men.
All right,
don't think that her character is not questionable.
All right, Mr.
Sexual allegations don't have anything to do with the marital status or the number of children she has.
I'm telling you, it's business.
Let me ask you the next question.
I'm going to her character. We have to change.
But this is misogyny here.
Yeah, I'm telling you the truth.
Can we ask you the next question?
Go ahead, I'm here for you.
Whew, okay.
We should condemn evil. That is the point.
All right.
I'm a Christian.
Are you ready for the next question?
Go ahead, my dear sister.
Okay. Now, how do you respond to critics who might view your defense of Akpabio as partisan loyalty rather than principled reasoning about proper investigative procedures?
Let me tell you something. I'm a principal officer of the 10th Senate. So I owe the Senate the duty to set the record right, not being loyal to one man. The Senate President is my president, yes. But outside that, I have that responsibility to tell Nigerians all I know as to what is transpiring in the Senate. And that is what I'm doing, so that the public will not be misled. Because in most cases, if you don't inform people as to the right facts and figures surrounding an issue, they will be de-informed. So what I'm doing? I'm not a boy to the Senate President. I'm elected like him. But if you want to rubbish him because you feel you can do that, people like I'm a human rights activist. I can rise up and say no. Because you can't do it to me, and they can't do it to you. If anybody tries to do it to you, I will also speak the same. What is condemnable should be condemned by all. Senator, this woman should know her limits. She should stop dealing with prominent Nigerians. If they do it in her mother's country, we don't do it here.
Senator Nweboyi, you are using probably analogical deduction and probably trying to bring in reason to understand her actions.
Yes.
And that shouldn't be the case. It should rest on facts.
I'm speaking about facts. I told you here.
Senator Nweboyi, because it is wrong for you to say that because she has children with multiple men,
yes,
that she doesn't have the locus and she doesn't have the moral standing
I didn't say
to accuse people, to feel harassed.
I didn't say so.
So that's what you said here on TV.
You did say so. She is a habitual accuser. She is a habitual accuser of men.
Also,
sexual harassment.
Also, that is still not enough reason for you to say, to dismiss a claim because she has accused 1, 2, 3 people in time, but that's not enough reason to dismiss the claim. And that is why people are accusing the Nigerian Senate, the 10th.
By precedence.
In
reasoning, you go by precedence.
It doesn't work in law.
Yes.
In law,
you go
cases of sexual harassment come up,
let me tell you
they do not use judicial precedents or stare decisis to decide whether or not she has the locus to sue.
We use it because
this is misogyny speaking here.
Because you are putting your character in question. If you are known for accusing people, today I will say my sister is a thief.
So
tomorrow I will say you are a thief.
To prove sexual harassment, character of the person.
It comes it's an issue.
It's not the first thing.
It is an issue. It is an issue.
At some point,
that is the law.
But not the first thing.
That is the law.
It's not the
character comes in issue.
It is the evidence of what you have on ground.
She has no evidence.
All right, Mr. Nweboyi.
Not the character.
She has no evidence.
All right, Mr. Nweboyi.
You're not sure of that?
She has no. I'm sure of that.
Okay.
And I'm ready to come to court and testify. I'm an eyewitness.
You're an eyewitness.
She stated her case, where it happened, when it happened, and I was there.
Well, like you said, you're also not her lawyer, so you don't know all the facts that she has and what she can submit as evidence.
Facts.
All right.
She can't change the facts.
Okay, so
even though she changes like chameleon, the other day she was talking of suppressing female voices. The other day she was talking of putting another seat to her. Today is sexual harassment. Who knows what she will like tomorrow?
Let's wait and see.
We are waiting.
Okay.
But Nigeria is too big for her.
All right.
The 10th Senate is too big for her.
Okay.
She can't toil us.
So let's expand
She
this.
cannot.
This kind of approach. How will she come freely to present her case?
What approach? Was she not here? Did I interrupt her?
All right, Mr. Nweboyi. Let's
speak on my own point of view.
Let's.
You can't stop me.
Mr. Nweboyi, can we expand this beyond Senator Natasha?
Go ahead, my dear sister.
With the way you've addressed this today, what message do you think your stance is sending to women in Nigeria who may face who may face similar workplace harassment issues
There's no harassment
and are considering coming forward?
I take exception to that. No female politician in Nigeria have established.
No, you didn't listen to my question. Or you didn't hear.
I listened to your question very well. I listened to your question.
No, I said, what message do you think your stance sends to women in Nigeria who may face similar workplace harassment issues and are considering coming forward?
Who has faced workplace harassment issue? I'm asking you, who has faced one?
I'm talking about women.
Yeah, tell me one woman that has faced such harassment.
Well, since you post, you might want to put that on social media.
No, tell me one before I answer you. If not, I won't answer you. Tell me one.
You don't have to answer that.
Tell me one, because your question is business.
If I were to follow our question up.
Yes.
Before the Me Too movement, there was a stifling of voices for women in the entertainment space in the US. But as soon as one issue came up, we began to see multiple issues come up. People coming out to speak against the likes of Bill Cosby, Harvey Weinstein. These were power players who would have probably come out and be as bold and be brazen like you, saying that they have never harassed women. But when these women came up, they are answering for their crimes as we speak. So you cannot throw a blanket statement and say that no woman in the Nigerian Senate has ever been harassed. Can you boldly say that?
Give me one.
We don't know.
They leave it. But
at the same time, you cannot say it has never happened before.
Give me one.
Just because it hasn't been brought to the fore doesn't mean it has never happened before.
Give me one.
Don't worry. Maybe who knows? This conversation might be the beginning point of something to happen.
Give me one.
At least we have said it to Natasha on record.
She has not proved it until she proves them.
At least we have one on record.
It's an allegation. Unfounded one at that.
Yes, we know it's an allegation.
Baseless one at that. Out of malice, afterthought. Can't you see it? Can't you see it?
Okay.
All right. Now, if the situations were reversed and opposition senators were shielding one of their own from investigation, what would your position be?
I said it here that if a case is mailed out against the Senate president, that she must appear before the committee. It's not above the committee. But as of today, none has been made against the Senate president.
But the way you sounded, do you think she'll be feeling safe to come?
Why not? The Senate is for everybody.
Yes.
She has been there.
Yes.
She'll be there tomorrow. I'm sure she's in the office now. What are you talking about? Who is against her? Well,
people have been very voice for us.
Because they are condemning because of her actions. But that does not mean that she can't access the Senate. No. She has her freedom. She's a Nigerian.
Yes, she is
elected senator. But what we are saying is that her attitude is unbecoming of a senator of the Federal Republic. That is the point. Take it home.
Okay.
All right. Well, we're going to go home.
Eyewitness finally speak out. Now, wow. Eyewitness finally speak out. But this man, your body they hot to. Your body they hot to. Eyewitness at December 8, 2023. Well, everything you said is not as if it's not possible. It's just that it's possible. When you said, even me myself, I thought about it before. I'm not supporting anybody. Somebody say if I'm supporting Akpabio. I'm not supporting Akpabio. I don't know Akpabio. I don't know any one of them. I'm just trying to say my way, the way I understand the issues. Do you understand? So, even me, I thought about it before. Like, it's not to say it is not possible. It is possible. We know our Nigerians people. We are very smart. We are very fast. You understand? And when you see any small given opportunity, you can use that small 1 minute to do a lot, to talk a lot. Do you understand? So when this man said you were with them on that fateful day, you drove them everywhere, you were there, and you even said, when Natasha said the Senate president held her hand, took her around the house, was asking her, do you like my chair, my furniture, sofa, do you like this, do you like that? When he got to that chaplet, like Catholic said, do you like, before he now said, since you like my house, we look for a special times to come and spend quality time here. You will enjoy it. That's the problem now. So now this man is saying is false. That has never happened because he was there with them in the car. He drove them. There was never a time Senate president held this woman's hand. Could that be true? Yes or no? I don't know. This is eyewitness. Yeah, that process you drove them is not as if it is not possible. Like I said, it is possible. But I thought about it. At that time, the husband was with them. And they said, Natasha said, the man held her hand, was taking her around, and the husband was walking behind. That is to say, the Senate president should know that the husband was there. Maybe because of the distance between them and the husband. That was why he quickly wanted to say one or two things to the woman before the husband. I don't know. Just try to think about it. That's why I say, how would this man be like? The husband was there. Would you be toasting woman when the husband was there? Even they were working together? I don't know. It is possible. Yes, it is possible. At the same time, it might not be possible. Now, eyewitness has spoken. The court will finally decide, tell us the truth later. But now, this man, you go into personal. You not go into her character. You now makes people to understand or know how many children she has and how many husbands. Those children are for different husbands. I mean, to be honest, so I don't know. I don't know, to be honest, too. But I think that was too personal. It was too personal to go into her character. Yes, because of this issue, sometimes. I said it before. The same woman accused Reno, Mokre, Yahya Bello, even Dino. I think something like that. Only the woman. I don't know. Yes, she's beautiful. She's gorgeous. And now she's not just beautiful, she's into politics and she has opportunity. She's now a senator. Do you understand? So she's attracting a lot of she's attracting a lot of men, cutting their attentions. Yes, so I don't know. The only thing people are saying now, nobody is saying it's not possible. It is possible. Nobody goes around with a Senate president, or if that very day was in another occasion, the husband was not there, that would be another thing entirely. Do you understand? But I don't know. It's so the thing is, yeah, the woman disobeyed the order in that Senate house. Yes, people are saying because Senate president decided to change her seat, it was on purpose to change her seat because he told her the woman did not want to see the woman face to face because he want carry the woman go back, so that no one they see her. Like the more they see her, the more they turn, the more seen they see the girl in front sit down there. Anytime he want talk, hey, the woman will just jam her like this. The face will just. The senator say no, 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 no. Senate president say no. I don't want to see this woman since she not agree for me. I beg carry her go back, carry her seat go back where I know go they see her. Except I need her occasionally. You just see, don't be see you can't see for front anytime. You will come they remind her, make her they go since the woman not want. Abi, that's what people are saying. But again, another woman came to testify to say she was not the only person that her seat has been changed. Her seat has been changed 3 or 4 times. It's normal thing. And one of the senators said, according to the rule, if you are expecting to get a notification in advance to say your seat will be changed or your seat, he said no. That's why there's seat number or names written. When you get there, you look at the names or you look out for your name and the seat number. Your name was not there. You need to look for your name rather than to sit your seat on somebody else's seat there. That's where the problem started. So even before you sit on somebody else's seat, you should have even asked questions. Where is my seat? Oh, I can't find my name on this seat. This seat is not mine. Then somebody would have told you, oh, your seat has been changed to the back. You say you don't know. You just sat there. Because you don't know. Somebody came to tell you before this whole issue started. Anyways, I'm just saying my own, but hey, we are waiting for the court to decide. So whatever the court says is the final judgment. That's everybody will take that whole. So please share this video and leave your comment.